Hey everybody, Ryan here at etrailer.com. Today on our 2017 BMW X5, we're going to be taking a look at the Thule Camber Bike Rack. Now this can carry up to a total of 4 bicycles. However, if you don't need to carry that many, there's also a 2-bike version available as well. Now one of the main questions we get in regards to hitch-mounted bike racks is if you're still going to be able to easily access your hatch. Well, this one does fold down out of the way and gives us the capability to do that. So if we just work our way down the rack, we're going to have a gray lever. Lift up on it, you're able to fold everything out of the way. Now that'll give us more than enough room to open up our hatch, even drop our tailgate, to get all of our gear in and out. Now one thing I like about this rack is how high it's going to sit off the ground. So we know our bikes aren't going to be any danger down there, but they're not going to sit up so high that it's going to block or obstruct our view as we're driving down the road. They're just going to kind of sit in that sweet spot to where we can kind of keep an eye on our bikes, make sure they're okay, but not kind of guess and worry about what's going on behind us. We're still going to be able to see. The rack is going to hold your bike down in 3 spots. We're going to have 2 straps here along the top tube and a strap down here as well. Now this one is more or less a anti-sway strap, so that's going to prevent your bike's movement from side to side. That way we don't have to worry about our bikes bumping into each other. Now to get our bike removed is relatively easy. Just come here to the straps and push down on the tabs. You can just swing these up and out of the way. Same thing with our anti-sway strap. Once we have them all disconnected, grab it, work it off of the rack. We're just going to set it to the side for now. The cradles here that our bike's frame rests on are going to be somewhat adjustable. That way they'll accommodate just about any style of frame. And they're also going to have a soft rubber material on them. Same material on the strap. That way we don't have to worry about these scratching up our bike's paint. There'll be a couple grooves in the cradles themselves, and those are there for our brake lines or any other cables that we might have running. That way we don't have to worry about them getting pinched and damaged. Now whenever we're not using our rack, what I like to do is just put the straps back in place. That way we don't have to worry about losing them. Now being able to carry 4 bikes is awesome, but the fact is it is going to add a little bit of length to the back of your BMW. And exactly how much? If I go from the hatch here to the end of the rack, it's going to be right about 46 inches. So that's something to keep in mind whenever you're pulling into your garage or even a tight parking spot. Now if you do need to free up a little bit of space, it can be done. The arms actually fold in, so you lift up on that lever and they swing down. Now in this position it is relatively compact. And so if I go from the hatch to the edge of the rack, it's going to be right about 16.5 inches. So that does free up quite a bit of space, and in this position you shouldn't have any problem pulling into your garage or that tight spot. Now, I really don't see this being a big deal for many of you out there, but just something I do want to point out is the ground clearance that we're going to have here at the very bottom of our bike rack. So this is something to keep in mind if you have a really steep driveway or go up and down a lot of hilly terrain. From the ground to the bottom edge of the rack, it's going to be right at about 12 inches. The rack is going to work with both 1.25 inch as well as 2-inch hitches like we have here today. So that gives us some versatility, especially if you have multiple vehicles in the household with different size hitches. And one thing I like is that Thule gives us an anti-rattle bolt. And so that's going to eliminate any play in our connection point here and really help maintain that quiet BMW ride. So to give you an example, I can kind of pull around on the hitch and there's going to be no movement down there. It's actually going to move with the whole car. So overall, really well-built bike rack that's going to last a long time and really match the appearance of your BMW. This is our test course. Let's start with the slalom. This shows side-to-side action, such as turning corners or evasive maneuvering. Then, onto our alternating speed bumps. This shows twisting action, such as hitting curbs, potholes, road debris, or even uneven pavement. Last of all, the solid speed bumps. This shows up and down action, such as driving through a parking lot or parking garage, or driving in and out of a driveway. And that'll finish up our look at of the Thule Camber Bike Rack. on our 2017 BMW X5.